Hi, I'm Nancy Glazier with the Northwest New York Dairy, Livestock, and Field Crops team. We're out in the pasture again today. I want to talk about weed control. There's a few things to think about before you come right out with spray. The first thing, what's the fertility of your pasture? Have you had a soil test done recently, say in the past 2 or 3 years? That's a great way to check your fertility, check your pH, and you can apply those products as needed, and that'll encourage your pasture to grow. Another option, do you have rotational grazing set up? If you use some temporary fence to break up the pasture, that'll give parts of the pasture time to rest and regrow, and that'll help prevent weeds from getting established. Mowing is another option to help with weed control. If you mow before seed set, mow the flower stems off, that'll help prevent seed set and it'll slow down the reproduction of those pasture weeds. You may have to repeat that a few times to clip off those seed heads, but it's just another option that you can use. Identification is critical, so you know how much product to treat with. For example, annual weeds are much easier to control than those perennials, and you'll need a higher rate of that product on those tougher to control weeds. So if you have a mixed stand in your pasture of grasses and legumes such as clovers, trefoils, or alfalfa, your options for herbicide treatment are limited. If you control broadleaves, that'll take out your legumes as well. An option could be to do some spot treatment in the areas where you have clusters or patches of weeds. You can use a selective product or even a broad spectrum product like Roundup or a glyphosate product for control. Make sure you're aware of growing conditions before you spray as well. If we're in a drought situation, those weeds are hardier and more difficult to control, so it's better to wait than to treat at that point. Also, be aware of the weather. Today is a great day for any herbicide treatment other than the wind. You want a calm day and sunny periods so the product will dry and it'll help translocate that product into the weed. And also, last but not least, make sure you read the label so you know what time you can treat, what livestock can graze afterwards, what the withdrawal time, the time to keep those animals off the pasture so you aren't impacting any of your production. So those are a few pointers. We'll have a slide inserted here to show you what some options are for chemical control. And thanks for joining me today, and I hope to see you soon out in the pasture. Thanks.